Hey kids, welcome back. Mr. Glenn here. We are going to take a little closer look at our maze and the things that we need to pay attention to while we're making our game. When we look around the screen, there are quite a number of things that can be clicked on by accident, and we need to know how to get back to these things as well. So there are some things as well that are called coordinates. I'm going to show you what these are right now on these pages. And we're also going to go and change color effects. And we're going to have some weight blocks as well. And most of you will remember some of this from Scratch, pretty much the same as Scratch in year 3. And so the difference is that while school is closed, we are able to send these out, and while you're working on them, we can see what it is that you're doing at the same time. In Scratch, it's a little bit harder to check out what you're doing. So, when we look around the screen, I'm going to show you a couple of things. In our stage, before it said choose between 1 and 4 things. So when I click on my stage, there's a wee pencil on the side there. And when I click on that pencil, it allows me to edit those mazes, and you can see they're all slightly different. As I click on them, they all slightly change. And you have an entry point and you have an exit point as well. And our sprites are made just big enough to be able to get through the maze. So there's a lot of stuff that helps you. When I've made this kind of thing in Scratch before, our characters had to be so small, they had to be really, really, really tiny just to be able to get through the mazes. So the snag is, once we're here, how do we get back? Well, we just need to look at the stage, and we go back to the stage over there. Okay, so if we make any changes in there, we can come back to the stage. When I'm going to move my block around now, I need to use things called coordinates. And these coordinates are around my maze. And in maze, it's a bit like a map. And so your character, I think Dr. Glitch will have already said this to you, that your map will have coordinates and there's places for your character to go. So if I make this a little bit bigger for us and we pull this out, you can see what's going on. When I move my mouse around here, you can see that these numbers change. My character here is kind of -4, -5, 300, which is what they're asking us to do here. So when I go to my mouse now, you can see that my mouse code is empty. So I need to pull this in now. This is where my character is going to start. So if I pull this out of the way and I started it, my character would automatically jump to those coordinates every single time. So if that's over there, it doesn't matter because we're going to tell it to go to exactly this spot. Underneath there, so once it starts and it goes to this point, we're going to put a forever loop in there, and then we want to put this change color effect by 2. You change it to 3 if you want, and then you want it to wait 0.1 of a second. And the reason we do that is so that your character will change really rapidly. I'm going to put that in there like that. And then we can give it a test. And I'm going to leave this up to you. So I'm going to leave it here now and let you go to part 4. And then hopefully you can go through these stages of your maze creation. As always, year 4,